guys, so here is a project that I've been working on. I've been working on a lot of projects recently, and I decided that I'm going to document them. So here goes with the first one. What I've done with this one is originally I found this in a dumpster right outside where I work, and I am going to convert it from electric power to gas power. I already made an electric go-kart, so I've already learned all about that and set one of those up, and now I'm going to do a gas-powered. This started off as a MX350 by Razor. It was a 350 watt system, 12 volts, and it had a little motor which is upstairs, but I took that out. It was mounted right here with 4 bolts that went up into a base plate, and it connected to the back, and it was really slow. And it had it was actually a 24 volt system, I'm sorry. They ran on two 12 volt 7 amp hour batteries. Right here, and they went there and there. So that's how that worked. And they hooked up to a controller, but when I got it, the controller was bad. So I just threw that away, and I took these 2 batteries out. And I had 4 other 12 volt 7 amp hour batteries from my go-kart project. So I took those 2 out. And I put these 2 in, along with one up here and one back here. So it's now running 48 volts through a new motor, which I welded in, right there. And this is a 36 volt 600 watt motor. So this was significantly more powerful. This got me about 12 miles an hour on flat surface, so it was pretty slow, but and since I was running 48 volts through a 36 volt motor, it heated up quite a bit. And that was just an on-off switch system because I didn't have a controller. And then I found an old controller I had to my go-kart before I went to the 15 horsepower electric motor. And yeah, that's 15 horsepower electric motor, it's a big motor. And I found a controller, and I used that for a while, and then I accidentally plugged it up wrong because I wanted to reverse the direction of the motor, and instead of plugging the output in backwards or reverse, I plugged in the input reverse, and that blew the capacitors on the inside. And so I have still yet to replace the capacitors, but I'm going to do that. But with this now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what the plan is for this, and then I'm going to kind of show you how I'm going to go about it. So what happened initially was I bought a 50cc motor that was not working, 50cc 2-stroke, so it's about 5 horsepower, and I tapped holes in it, 3/8 inch holes, and I mounted this plate here. I welded this one, and then I mounted the motor on the bottom. This is the motor here. Right now it doesn't have a clutch because the clutch broke, and I ordered a new clutch. And actually, this side engine housing is new because when the clutch broke, it opened up all the way while it was still spinning, and it essentially ate this. And so I ordered a new one. This is the other half, but I didn't need to replace the other half, so I just left the other half on there. The bearing was pressed in, so I did have to pop the bearing out and pop the new bearing in. You probably couldn't see any of that, so here's the engine. There's where the clutch was. You can probably turn this around here. That's probably good. Yeah, this is where the clutch was, and that's the pull starter right here, and that's the intake, and that's the exhaust. That's where I hook up the carburetor. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this off, this metal mounting plate, and I'm going to place this engine in here like this, kind of. But I'm going to remove this, and how I'm going to mount this is I'm actually going to mount it the way it was supposed to be mounted. I'm going to put, because this is aluminum, I can't weld this directly to the frame, and it would be kind of dumb to weld the motor crankcase directly to frame. So I'm going to make 2 pieces of steel, and I'm going to use these already tapped holes, bolt them onto here, and the 3 across here and the 2 up top, and then weld those to the engine case. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll restart the video. Alright.